Happening this weekend, 2 local colleges will be hosting Out of the Darkness campus walks with the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. The goal is to reduce the stigma around mental health and seeking treatment and support people who have been affected by suicide. I'm joined this morning by Dan Egan, chair of the Capital Region chapter of AFSP. Thanks so much for coming in.
Hey, thank you for having me again, Juliana. It's a pleasure to be here.
Not only do these events raise awareness, but they also raise crucial funds for research and for treatment. Tell me about the competition we're kind of seeing between Siena and UAlbany when it comes to fundraising right now.
Yeah, this year we've got our own version. We'll call it the Out of the Darkness Albany Cup. Both walks are neck and neck. Siena was ahead for a little bit. Now UAlbany's moved back in front. They've got about 12,900 this morning. Siena's 12,300. So hoping to get some friendly competition going. We definitely need the funds.
And you have the yearly Capital Region Walk for Rita, which is the big walk in Saratoga that kind of brings the whole community together. But these smaller campus walks kind of put a greater emphasis on the challenges young people face with their mental health.
Absolutely. We know it's one of the leading causes of death among folks in college. Young people, especially our student athletes, it's risen up to being the second leading cause of death for Division I athletes.
That's so important to talk about, especially because of the stigma surrounding mental health. We've definitely made strides as a society when it comes to talking about issues like suicide, but what still needs to be done to ensure that people aren't afraid to reach out for help?
Yeah, I always say, you know, it's been my journey started 35 years ago when I lost my dad, and we've gotten better, but we're still a long way from good. So I think a lot of it is really getting with our young people and letting them know it's okay to reach out for help and kind of normalizing that conversation so we can actually get rid of the stigma, hopefully, you know, and really get people help before they reach a crisis point.
If people are watching this, they want to get involved, how can they help? How can they be a part of these campus walks?
Yeah, it's easy enough to register. You can visit our chapter's website at afsp.org/CRNY, or both of the walks have their own websites. You know, I just changed that /CRNY to UAlbany or Siena. Come out, you can show up day of. I think we're expecting a little rain. I'm hoping Matt can fix that for us, but
we'll talk to him about
I don't know how much power he has. So we do have steps in place to, you know, at least cover the opening ceremonies to move inside at Siena. At Albany, we'll go up on the academic podium under the canopy. So, and we know, we've seen recently, like people in the Capital Region will turn out for something when it rains.
Absolutely. And speaking of those opening ceremonies, there are usually speakers, right? What are the kinds of things people can expect?
Yeah, just kind of sharing their journeys and how they were able to find hope again. You know, and remembering those we have lost to suicide, but also looking for a path forward and letting people who are struggling know there is hope and there is help.
Another big part of these walks is not just raising awareness, but supporting the people that have been affected by suicide, letting them know that they're not walking alone. Talk about the importance of building community surrounding this issue.
Yeah, I'm a great example. When I lost my dad, I felt so isolated and so alone that it took me over 15 years to really reach a healing path. You know, and I want people to know that there are other people who understand what you're going through. You're not alone out there. It's okay to talk about losing your loved one and to celebrate them for the amazing people they were.
I know that you do a special tradition. You have cake in honor of your dad, right? Is that on his birthday, or is that the anniversary of his?
It's actually, he passed 5 days after my birthday.
Wow.
So I start on my birthday and go to the anniversary of his passing. You know, and it's just a way for me to turn what's a difficult time into something that I can remember the good times and celebrate his life and celebrate my birthday.
Something a little sweet.
And enjoy some cake.
There you go. Thanks so much for coming in, Dan. Before we go to break, I just want to remind you that if you're in crisis, please call the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline at 988. You can also contact the crisis text line by texting 741-741. Thanks again so much for coming, Dan. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hoping for better weather. We'll be right back after this break.